Right in time for NTV at One, live from the Nation Center. My name is Ken Mijungu. We'll also try to be live for you in several locations that we are following up stories for you. But first, let's take a look at some of the stories making your headlines at this hour. And we begin with Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani, who is urging the incoming Labour and Social Protection Cabinet Secretary, Samuel Chelogui, to be firm in handling the management crisis at the Child Welfare Society of Kenya. CS Yatani has noted that the agency has become a sore in the ministry's operation. He was speaking as he handed over to Chelogui, who moves to NSSF from the Ministry of Water and Sanitation, which is just across.
I think we are really not fair on the new yes. I take responsibility. We are well on course when the number of court cases is very minimal, but we have assured the team that whatever decision that will be taken is not going to disadvantage the children of this country because they are dear to us. Management will come and go, but at the center of the business is the children of this country. And both welfare must be safeguarded. And as you settle in, please make sure that you do not give opportunities to any wayward, managers or otherwise, whether they are instructed by court or what, to continue plundering resources that belong to the children.
Right, let's see if Chelogui will take action. Just the other day, the High Court fully reinstated the ousted head of the Child Welfare Society of Kenya. Let's see what happens from the ministry and from the new ministry's head. Now to some politics. The Senate will hear the impeachment case against Kiambu Governor Ferdinand Waititu on Tuesday next week. Speaker Kenneth Lusaka has gazetted the 21st of January as a day that the Senate will hear the charges against Waititu. He was impeached by the Kiambu County Assembly. Lusaka says he has received communication from the Assembly on the 23rd, or he received it on the 23rd, informing the Senate of the approval of the motion for the removal of Governor Waititu, whose fate at the County Assembly was sealed after 63 members of the County Assembly voted to oust him on grounds of abetting corruption and conflict of interest. The governor's family is accused of doing business with the county and of budgeting in the roads department for kickbacks. And 4 people survived after a light fixed-wing aircraft they were traveling in landed this morning in Mashuru, that's in Kajiado County. Now, the 3 tourists and a pilot were on their way to Amboseli National Park before the accident occurred. They all suffered minor bumps and bruises. The cause of the crash is still unknown and the investigations are currently underway. The Mashuru Sub-County Deputy Commissioner Stephen Nyakundi said the alternative means of transport is being sought for the tourists. Police officers have secured the aircraft on the ground. Lucky escape for the 4. Members of the Garissa County Assembly are calling upon the Governor, Ali Kurani, to convene an Kamote that claimed the lives of 4 pupils and 3 teachers, respectively.
Residents and some leaders, including the Northeastern Regional Commissioner, have accused locals of conspiring with the terrorists. This has not been well received by the members of the County Assembly of Garissa, who termed the remarks as unfortunate, especially directing it to the victims of the terror attack.
We challenge him to act on the intelligence information provided by the local community are already victims of the situation.
The terror attacks have almost crippled all sectors in the militant group. On Monday morning, Al-Shabaab raided Kamudhey, about 50 kilometers from Garissa town, and shot dead 3 male teachers and injuring another. They also razed down the police post block and destroyed a Safaricom mast.
We request the following: the county government to come up with a localized mechanism to contain the situation, especially education sector.
The leaders have also expressed their disappointment at the mass exodus of teachers from the region due to the runaway insecurity. They say the government should have beefed up security in the region. Nayoma Sampao, NTV.
Right, some medical concerns now, and a 34-year-old woman from Mwingi, that's in Kitui County, is crying for justice after a botched surgery. Benteta Maka says she was left barren after an operation at a private clinic in Mwingi. Now, the director of that facility has, however, refuted those claims, saying that an extremely qualified doctor conducted that surgery and there was no way such mistake could have occurred. Rose Mathuku has the details.
34-year-old Benteta Maka cannot help but shed tears. This after a surgery she underwent at a Mwingi clinic in July last year went wrong. Maka says while delivering her preterm baby, the placenta was left inside her uterus and the wound stitched up.
Nilipopasuliwa sikunjua penye nilifanyiwa. Nilikunja kungulua nikiwa nimemaliza siku 3.
After being discharged, Maka began experiencing pains, and upon returning to the facility, she says she did not get help.
Nilianza kufura tumbo, kutoa maji, nikarudi hapo Momboni tena. Niliwaelezea, wakaniambia hiyo ni shinda normal.
She then sought medical attention at the Embu Level 5 hospital instead. Ultrasound results in mid-September had to be removed as its presence in her body could put Maka's life in danger.
Aliniambia amekuta kila kitu kimeoza, mpaka nyumba ya mtoto imeoza, na akaona badala iwe inanisumbua ama iniletee kansa, wacha nitoe.
The mother of 2 is now seeking justice after filing a complaint against the doctor and the facility in Mwingi at the Mwingi police station. The hospital has, however, refuted the claims, saying that an extremely qualified doctor conducted the surgery and there was no room for error. Rose Mathuku, NTV.
Right, from health concerns to this week, led by former Principal Secretary Irungu Nyakera, the stakeholders speaking in Kericho said the restructuring of the sector is long overdue if farmers are to reap benefits from their hard work. They have also called for radical changes in the management of the Kenya Tea Development Agency, alleging conflicts of interest in some of the leaders at
of 2017 both speak to value addition, yet only 26% of the contents of that task force report have actually been realized.
We're asking them to move very fast. We do not want to see anybody who has been at the top management of KTDA going anywhere near the formation.
Right, we'll be telling you about the interventions in the grasshopper and locust invasion in some regions of the country. But before then, let's talk about security. And private security firms and guards have less than 4 months to comply with the new security guidelines, which will be fully implemented by the end of the year. The Kenya National Private Security Workers Union Secretary General Isaac Ndabwa says more than 500 registered guards must be vetted for them to be allowed to operate. Ndabwa also added that all guards must meet and comply with the standards issued by the security firms. The new laws allow the guards to operate rapid response vehicles in line with the government's intention to handle different tools of trade such as guns and special training, and they have to undergo psychological tests before they are given such sensitive arms.
According to the CS Dr. Matiang'i, sio mimi, amesema hakuna haja ya mambo ya VIP protection na mambo cash in transit na banking kuweka kwa National Police. Amesema hiyo adagawa sisi pande hii. So inamaanisha kwamba that is more what jobs. Si vile mtu amesema kwa Kasedi juice through Kisia ati ya kwamba mambo ya reform itasukuma hao wapi nje. Yeye haelewi na anafanya mambo ya siasa. Na mambo ya reform hatufanyi mambo ya siasa. We are talking about lives of
Right, back in town right here, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has defended its conviction record as it joined President Uhuru Kenyatta in decrying the slow-moving wheels of justice at the judiciary. Following a meeting with a delegation from the European Union, EACC CEO Twale Mbarak says for the long time it's taken to hear and determine corruption cases, and leading witness to witness, it's led to witness fatigue, and obviously this ends up costing them convictions. That was the explanation. He, however, insists that they presented watertight cases in courts that would result in higher number of convictions and where justice were
platform of that. There are some leaders who have come, they want to see me on one-to-one. I tell them there's a report center. You go to the report center and report. But this issue of taking me for a ride, just because two things, you are fighting that particular person because he's from a different clan, or you are looking forward to become a governor and you want to start the campaign with me, it won't work. I'm too clever for that.
All right, let's talk about LOCUST now. And leaders from WAJIR County are accusing the county, the 8 counties that have been invaded by the destructive locusts, which migrated from Ethiopia and Somalia. The invasion now threatens food security in the country.
Unfortunately, we have any support from the county government of WAJIR. And we were shocked some 2 days ago when the CEC for Finance and the chief officer came to the controller of budget, seeking for money, claiming that they have spent 150 million to fight the locust in WAJIR, when they have not even provided a single vehicle to go and assist those people.
Right, away from that, the county government of Nakuru has pledged to donate 240,000 shillings in bursary to support needy students. Speaking during the Thanksgiving ceremony at Lalov in their children's education, the governor also said the county government is working on designing a scholarship program which will support students up to tertiary levels.
And we have agreed that we will be giving bursary to the school, and we want to work with the school directly so that we can identify them having the money. And therefore, to that extent, this year we shall give a total of 240,000 in respect of our needy students.
Right, to some development in the medical sector, and Machakos level students carry out their clinical internships at their facilities. Machakos Level 5 Hospital will also offer opportunities for trainees in various medical courses offered at the university to carry out all practical related courses requirements. Kabarak University Chancellor Professor Henry Kiplagat says the agreement will go a long way in equipping the university's medical students with the requisite skills required in the modern health management systems. Machakos County, on the other hand, says that the partnership will boost.
We realize the Machakos County Hospital has majority of specialized area where we want our students to pick up the skill, as you understand.
This hospital, therefore, will afford an opportunity to our students to practice what they learn back at the university.
Standing, our healthcare worker patient population ratio is very low, is very poor. So we still need to keep on improving on that, and as I strive maybe to get more budgets to employ more, these the trainees and also their tutors will be bridging the gap.
And still in the health sector, residents of Kijabe Ward, that's in Kiambu County, joined Kijabe Hospital workers who staged a massive protest against the hospital's decision to sack over 200 employee workers instead. Now, the protest began at the Kijabe market and moved to the Kijabe Hospital, where they dropped a petition to the chief exec, that's Ken Mijungu, convincing him to drop the quest. The police had a difficult time
na tumekuja hapo kushtumu na kulaani uongozi mbaya wa hospitali hii ya Kijabe, ambapo hii watu wamekuja kumismanage hii hospitali ili ifanye kazi ya security, na hata watu wengi sana wetu wamefutwa, na tumesema hatutakubali.
All right, if you live in some areas in Embakasi and your lights are off, this could be the reason why. The Kenya Power officials, accompanied by police officers, have brought down transformers at the Mukuru-kwa-Jenga slums along Mombasa Road, which were illegally connected, where 10 transformers were involved, and they have now been pulled down in an effort to streamline the power supply in that area and curb theft of electricity. Mel Mendo has been covering this operation, and now she joins us live from that location. And Mel, the first question perhaps is, what necessitated this move by the Kenya Power? Is it because there have been complaints of illegal connection, or that people are not paying for their power?
First of all, let me begin by saying this entire operation began at about 8 a.m. and up until now, officials from the Kenya Power, and they're together with police and also DCI detectives, have been here for quite a while, and they are going around. You know, this entire place is a slum. It's the Mukuru-kwa-Jenga slum, and so they're going around bringing down all these transformers, about 12 of them. So far, they're at number 8, so by officials here in this place, and of course, many people who we have spoken to have been complaining. I believe you had asked that, and they're saying that after this, they'll be in a complete blackout. There'll be no power in this entire area, and they have been having power. So most of them were saying that it would have been best that they were probably given a heads up that this is what's going to happen. But we all know the crackdown by Kenya Power is actually countrywide. And so they're going around making sure that these illegal connections with regards to power supply is brought down. And so we were actually with some of them earlier on, and they've been saying that to the Kenya Power. If you could see, actually, on one of the poles on this side, there's an empty meter box. And that's how those meter boxes have been, actually. This entire place has empty meter boxes, meaning that they are getting the supply, they're tapping the power, but no transmission in terms of revenue is going back to Kenya Power. And so that's why they say it's illegal, and that's what is happening. And so I'll join them. They're standing right here. Let me just speak to one of them. Habari yako? Tunaona watu wa Kenya Power wamekuja hapa hivi leo. Labda wewe tuambie kama mkazi wa hapa unahisi vipi?
Number one, hapa hivi ni Mkuru kwa Njenga na ni kijiji. Hakuna venye, unajua at least tungepatiwa ripoti mzuri kama stima inakuja kutolewa. Kama hizo boxes zote zilitolewa za tokens nini, ambapo tukukuwa na ile process mzuri ya kuziweka. Lakini wakati wanazitoa hizi zote, hiyo miezi 2-3, hapa Mkuru kwa Njenga na sisi wote ni maresident hapa Mkuru kwa Njenga, ambapo wizi itazidi kuanzia leo.
Wale officials wa Kenya Power ambao wanasema mali hii Mkuru kwa Njenga mmekuwa mnapata stima lakini haijakuwa ikilipa.
Kuja aje hapa hivi. Kuna connection yenye inafanywa panda ile ndio transformer ikuje alafu ifanye nini bila wao kujua.
Kwa hivyo nyinyi kama wakazi, what next? Mnaona sasa
benye tungependa kujua ni the Kenya Power ingetupatia a very nice straight statement yenye kuja tu wanatoa stima mara moja hivyo mara moja pa. Sisi tutakaa vipi? Na sisi wote hakuna biashara yote inaweza endelea hapa Mkuru kwa Njenga ama kijiji yote. Sisi wote tunategemea stima. Wote hakuna mtu ategemea stima hapa saizi. Wakati venye stima imepotea hivi saizi biashara zote zimeadhe sijui mawadhe sijui casino.
So definitely there's a lot of tension in this place. Residents are complaining that after today, it's a complete blackout. And I might actually say that even as the Kenya Power officials together with police were going around bringing down the transformers, it's actually one of the transformers that was feeding all these transformers. And as NTV were able to get that, and it was actually underground. So making sure that the residents are still getting the power supply, but not ensuring that they're paying directly to the Kenya Power. So it's about the security in this area.
All right, Mel, thank you very much. In the village, it's called Stima Sambaza. NTV at One takes a short break. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Did you know that omega-3 and vitamin A and D to support strong bones, the immune system, and help maintain healthy skin and hair? Try 7Cs today. Also available in your nearest pharmacy, 7Cs multivitamin.
Molfix breathable surface developed with Airsoft technology is very soft and provides the best Molfix skincare.
I found the best diaper for my baby's sensitive skin.
All babies deserve a high-quality diaper. You should also try Molfix.
Hanging out, it's my summer, got my squad, we go harder, we got a little bit of feel good now. It's my better, that's my flavor, better, all I wanna do, all I wanna do, all it is true, all I wanna, let's have a little bit of feel good now. Be myself, that's my secret, stop and chill, best believe it. This is the weekend, so we're getting down. Let's have a little bit of fun.
help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. Panadol Extra, now with new Optizorb technology to fight multiple tough pains with 3 times more pain-relieving medicine in the first 30 minutes when you need it most. Seeing them support themselves makes any pain worth it.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice. This festive season, get a fully connected StarTimes satellite dish for an amazing offer of only 2,999 shillings. Children can enjoy amazing cartoons on Nickelodeon, while for women, great soaps and drama on Novella E+ and Rambo TV. For men, it's Arsenal and Manchester United. You can also pay 1 month and enjoy 2 weeks free on a higher bouquet. For more information, call 0719 077 077. StarTimes, enjoy digital life.
Games across the continent. Absa Group, serving Kenya.
And Brian O'Toole will have the sports next. But first, the Anglican Church of Kenya, Mount Kenya West Diocese, has readmitted clergymen accused of homosexuality in the church after a long-running dispute. The reconciliation has taken place after a long-standing battle for their vindication over charges in court. Archdeacon John Njogu Gashau, Reverend James Maina Maigwa, and Reverend Paul Mwangi Warui were before proceeding to court. And after a 4-year court battle, they were awarded 6.8 million compensation in damages.
We have already forgiven them because they have had in the church. They have repented. And repenting is what one knows the cause of repenting. What is the cause of repenting? And then from there, after prayers, we readmitted them into the now fellowship of the church. Now they are church members.
We are the first church to be able to withstand such a long court process, go to mediation guided by the court, and finally to conduct a ceremony like you have seen today through to readmit our members back to ministry.
And back to some politics. Residents of Nakuru County have given divergent views regarding an incident where leaders perceived to have pledged allegiance to Deputy President William Ruto's cause were locked out of President Uhuru Kenyatta's function in Nakuru. Senator Susan Kihika and Nakuru East Member of Parliament David Gikaria were denied access to the event in which President Kenyatta was issuing title deeds to the locals.
Uhuru Kenyatta tunakupenda sana, lakini ikifika ni kwa state functions ama public functions, kubali kila mtu ambaye tumepea kura aingia kwa mkutano yako aketi ya gate. Tunaona ni kama kuwaibisha, na sisi kama watu ambao tumechagua hawa viongozi hatusikii hiyo maneno ikuwa mzuri.
Susan Kihika, kuwa na heshima kwa rais. Kuchukua kiti ya senator, sasa imesemekana wewe uko juu kuliko rais Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta ama rais yoyote ambaye atakuwa kwa kiti. Yeye na Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta akikuja ku gate crash kwa gate.
Very interesting. The outsiders in their own government. Police from Juja Police Station nabbed more than 300,000 pieces of expired sanitary towels in Waitadie estate of Juja sub-county. Now the towels were found being repackaged in a building under construction. According to the Juja Police Commander Dorothy Merugusha, the towels belonged to business tycoon and were to be delivered to Kiambu, Mombasa and Kilifi counties. Now police have also launched a manhunt for the suspects. Residents have been asked to be vigilant of any unusual business around the area and report any suspicious activity to the police.
Nasikia nikiwa na uchungu na magonjwa mingi ya wasichana, infections hupatwa wasichana kwa sababu hizi vitu ni vitu ambazo zimeharibika, expiring date zinasemekana zilifika hapa mnamo last year.
Away from that, fishermen for the users. The call comes days after 2 men on a motorbike died when the motorcycle danger in waiting since it was in great state of despair. A tour of the jetty revealed that most of the metallic guardrails had been removed from the edges, while few remaining ones were rickety and could easily hold their cargo. Residents and holiday makers have turned it to a sea viewing point also.
Iomba serikali husika kupitia na Kilifi Count, hii bridge iweze kuwekwa kizuizi kule mwisho. Na tayari kuna sehemu fulani zimeanguka, tuiomba KPA ije ishughulikie. Na ningependa pia vile vile kwa wale ambao wanakuja kujivinjari, wao ni waangalifu zaidi, na ikifikia saa 12 basi iwe ni marufuku kwa kila mtu.
Right, let's go beyond our continent to Americas now. And articles of impeachment charging President Donald Trump with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress will formally be read to the Senate on Thursday, that's today, setting in motion a historic trial which threatens to remove the U.S. sworn in as jurors as the preparations get underway for the impeachment trial that will open on Tuesday next week. That's the 21st. Republican 2 articles of impeachment, one for abuse of power, the other for obstructing of the House investigations, were delivered in solemn procession by the newly appointed House managers, 7 Democrats who will prosecute the case against President Trump. And in Australia, rain has fallen across parts of the bushfire-ravaged eastern Australia, and more wet weather has been forecast, giving some relief following month of catastrophic blazes fueled by climate change. The unprecedented 5 million animals crisis that has affected areas have also been deepened by sustained hot weather and only very rare periods of light rain. Authorities have been forecasted until weekend, which, if it does occur, will be most sustained period of wet weather since the crisis began. And hundreds of Indian bakers, this is interesting, 12,000 kilograms of sugar and flour. About 1,500 bakers and chefs wearing traditional caps and hats and white robes participated and spent nearly 4 hours putting the cake together. Large crowds came out to watch the feat, which was organized by the Bakers Association, that's KELARA. The chefs spread chocolate and on their dessert, stretched out thousands of tables and desks at a festival ground and adjoining roads in the coastal state of Kerala in the Indian city. Now, the group secretary general said the Guinness World Record had asserted the cake as being 6,500 meters long. All right, time now for sports. Brian Otwali is already here. Brian, I'm wondering, how do you bake a 6,500 foot long cake? How do you bake it?
Ken, I'm not sure because I'm not quite a pro in baking. I only cook ugali, nyama, fish. I don't know how to bake, so not sure. Anyway, let's have a look at the latest in sports. And the men's national basketball team, the Kenya Morans, play Somalia in the third game of FIBA Afro Basketball pre-qualifiers at 6:30 p.m. this evening at the Nyayo National Stadium Gymnasium. For themselves, Tanzania, who traveled by road in order to participate in the round-robin tournament, were short-handed with only one player on the bench filling the rotation slot. In the earlier kickoff, South Sudan walloped Eritrea 111-57 and 2 p.m. in the day's other fixtures. And the national women's beach volleyball team are optimistic they can make it to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics for the first time in the country's history after qualifying behind Rwanda with 19 points in the competition held in Balambwezi Beach in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Rwanda amassed 24 points, while Uganda and Tanzania finished in 3rd and 4th places respectively with 13 and 6 points. Kenya was represented by 2 teams with experienced Gaudensia Makoa being paired with Braxidi Zagala, who was making her debut in beach volleyball. The other pair had Captain Foska Kasisi and Yvonne Wavinya under the stewardship of coach Sami Mulinge. They joined their male counterparts who also qualified for the second. And the fans can now vote for their favorite sportsmen, sportswomen, teams and federations ahead of the 2019 Safaricom Sports Personality of the Year, that is Soya Gad, the year shortlist, while World 3,000 meters steeplechase champion Beatrice Chepkoech will be looking to retain her title but faces stiff competition from her peers, including World 5,000 meters champion Helen Obiri and bodybuilder Evelyn Okinyi Owala in the 5-woman shortlist. 2018 Personality of the Year Samuel Mushai are among the nominees for the Sportsman Living with Disability Award. Fans can vote from their Safaricom lines by dialing *279#, that is *279#, and follow the instructions. Voting ends on January 22nd midnight, with 30% of the results in each category counting to the final tally. And the Central Region will this weekend know which teams will represent them at the Chapadimba and Safaricom National Finals. With reigning champions Euronauts exiting the tournament in the group stages, the region will crown a new champion in the boys category. Defending girls champions Falling Waters from Laikipia, formerly Barcelona FC, will get a chance to win back-to-back regional titles. In the first boys semi-finals, Ulinzi Youth from Laikipia will play Kaimutugu boys from Kirinyaga as JYSA from Thika take on Irigiro. Finalists Limuru Starlets will take on Achievers Queens from Thika. And further sees Manchester United qualified for the fourth round of the FA Cup after seeing off Wolves 1-0 at the Old Trafford. Juan Mata scored the sole goal with a chip over keeper John Rudy in the second half.